Okay, we're back. You noticed that the valve cover has changed colors. It's because we did a little bit of work in here. Those baffles that I referred to earlier, we went ahead and took the valve cover off, cleaned up everything, went through the valve train, everything was still tight. These baffles were still pretty clean. The rear one was a little bit worse for wear, and I'll explain why. The grommet that originally the intake manifold vacuum had hooked up to is completely toast. As you can see, it's about half the diameter that it used to be. It's gotten old and swelled up, and it's hard as a rock. So that wasn't letting our engine breathe like it should. Went ahead and ordered a new grommet. Didn't have to order anything else here. And it still hooks up to intake manifold vacuum. Now that should let us provide enough vacuum that this should remain clear and should only breathe in. And hopefully we won't get any more oil in the oil filter, in the air filter assembly. Once we start up the engine, we want to make sure that we have the correct pressure, oil pressure. So cheap and easy fix. These are real simple to get to. If you have an older vehicle, an older Cherokee, and you want to make sure that you're running 40 psi like it says, go ahead and grab you up one of these. They're pretty cheap. I think this one costs $21 down at CarQuest. And once we fire it up, there'll be a little bit more assurance that when it says 40 psi, that's exactly what it means. Went ahead and painted it copper. Can't really do an intake or a valve cover without giving it a little bit of paint. This will be the color that we squirt on the outside of the Jeep. Should be good to go. If this bothers me too much more, or if it turns out that things aren't working like it should, this portion of the PCV system or the return system, they cut it off right here and right here. It comes in two pieces. You have the left half and the right half, and you can order them through Mopar. Right now they really haven't damaged anything beyond belief, and everything's still hooked up, so I'm going to leave this as is until we get the parts from Mopar, but it shouldn't affect how it runs for right now. This boot was still good, so no worries there, and hopefully we'll be able to tell if this thing's going to fire up and run as needed, and now we know that the oil pressure is what it's supposed to be, and the PCV system will be working like it should.